do another video. I love to walk around and explore some of these places. Just with the government and their bullshit regulations and laws. Now you see, for some reason, they didn't work this gulch at all. And the fact that it's, 100 yards from this side tells me they took the water from that gulch and were able to pipe it down here to hydraulic it. And it was just probably too much hassle to come over here on this side and start hydraulicing this. Sometimes it's a matter of tailing piles. They gotta have places to put the tailing piles. Okay. Lot of descriptions of mining and dredging. That's always an issue. We're gonna walk up here, just try to peek up the gulch a little bit and see if that's tailing piles way the hell up there, what I'm seeing. Yeah, the only thing I can figure out is these rocks. This is leftover stuff from glacier time period. You go back during the Ice Age. And this red dirt was laid down during a flood stage. And all these rocks, you can see them, they're sharp. Wow. There's a big ass hole up there. I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like quartz coming out of the dam around the side of it. Damn near looks like that's a water ditch right here on the other side of this fork. There's a road running up there, but this here, I see an indentation. This was definitely a water ditch here. That's what they used to mine this. I'm just looking way up there. Looks like the road or something comes down. That's just bedrock up there. But here's where they started the water ditch. So they had to do it in the middle of winter. Now you see what it looks like. Okay, shut this off. Do another video. Walking up so I can get a look inside this gulch to see if they mined it. But over here, see those two trees? I can see remnants of a, looks like an old water ditch. So if there's water coming down here, it's got to be coming from way the fuck up there. Tree fell down. Yeah, let's see, this gulch is just too narrow to mine. Miners were pretty damn smart. They pick and chose. Look at this plant life coming back. Oh wow, here's a secondary gulch. Let's take a look. See, some of these little gulches, man, they have water when it rains. And they're on the outskirts of these big mining districts. That's what I've looked for. When they're like that, they're cutting across the same material that they were mining. And given a couple thousand years or what have you, it takes to carve these little gulches like this one, they'll hold gold. So no water's coming down here. But we're just gonna look up, take a peek up here. You always want to look in the, see, there's greenstone, there's quartz. See how this quartz vein is? Running right through this country bedrock. Look at that. So we're just gonna take a peek up this gulch. Now sometimes the Chinese would come up here and hand mine shit after the white guy was done with the big operations. Kind of like sniping in the old days. Wow, there's a lot of quartz coming through here. Here's some nice bedrock here. So this is what you want to look for. You get in this bedrock when it rains, and you can find out within 5 or 6 pans if it's holding gold. Look at that big chunk of quartz. So if you're looking at this spot here, you see it's sloping against this chunk right there, and it's running down right below that quartz. So digging right in here along that bedrock, you should get some gold. You don't want to dig up high here. Stick to the lowest, because the gold always travels down the lowest path. Boy, this sure looks nice up through here. I'm seeing bedrock. Let's see my best path to travel. Okay, I'll cut back up through here. Seeing a lot of quartz. Sometimes I've come into these gulches, you'll get up on them and all of a sudden you'll find rocks stacked. Especially further up the gulch, that's always a good sign, because that means there's gold all the way down the gulch. Now you see this quartz? That's the pinkish color, that's called rose quartz, but you see that orange color? That's ironized. So that quartz is holding some iron, which means it's mineralized. That's what you want to look for. Now this would be a perfect place to dig some pans. Look at that. If there's any gold coming down here, it's going to be right through this section. So this is why I prospect and hike around. See, I'll make a mental note of this here. And when it rains, you know, and if that creek is flowing, all I got to do is go right down there, dig a hole, and I'll build the pan. And then I'll be able to prospect this whole section. Like this crack right here. Dig that out. That should have gold. This crack here should have gold. See how nice this bedrock is? Depends on a lot of times how the gold deposit was and where it came from and everything else. Boy, this sure looks interesting up through here. Like a big flat area up through here. Shut this off.
Listen up close now to what I say. I'm gonna head out west one day. I heard about a fortune to be made, and I'm gonna get it now, just you wait. 'Cause I heard that there's gold in the
Do another video. Here's this other gulch that's holding the water. I've always wanted to come up here. That's why I'm coming up here. I've looked at this spot on a map. I've always wondered what the gulch look like and if they mined it. Because a lot of these gulches that are coming into the other side of the creek, people don't ever mess with. I'm seeing quartz, that's a good sign. I'm seeing nice greenstone. It's nice and wide through here. So a shitload of water came washing down here. Other than that, I see these rocks are real light. Wow, here's a little waterfall. So what I'm looking for is bedrock. Look at all this quartz. These are finger veins. This looks like a beautiful spot to prospect. I should have brought my damn mining stuff. I could go back and get it. So what you want to look for is if any rocks are stacked. See, at the end of the bottom of these waterfalls, you can usually pan. This whole fucking chunk of bedrock is holding a shitload of quartz. Wow, look at this crack here. Now that's a crack. My buddy that was dredging told me a lot of the gold he got. See that crack running parallel up? He said those things were full of gold. He'd follow them out of the creek, and the creek was running these on bigger rivers. When the crack runs up like this one here, the gold, if the current's right, just gets carried up in these cracks. Now this would be a good place to dig. Here's a nice crack coming down here. You can see it's full of stuff right through here. So it could have came down. You can see all up underneath here. That'd be a good place. And here's your pinkish quartz, all these cracks here. I mean, if there's gold coming down, you can find it right here. This is a nice little section through here. There's some nice bedrock here. Here's bedrock here. Bedrock here. Bedrock here. This whole thing is nothing but bedrock because the water's washed it clean. Look at this here. See that layer of stuff up there? Long time ago, the creek was probably running along here. It probably laid some gold down along that edge right there. I kind of want to walk up the creek further. This would be a pretty good crack to clean out. Okay, I'm going to shut this off and walk up the creek and see what... Look at this piece of quartz here. That's nice quartz. Another video. Yeah, when you see this brown stuff, a lot of times I've known from experience, it's lighter material. I think it's related more to a volcanic stage. Look at this. creek was up here in layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Laid all this down. There's a nice crack. Oh, look at all this little gravel here. Got laid down. Now this would be a good place because that bedrock's sloping. Rake all that off. Get into some tight stuff. Oh, look at that. See, that's all. This is a real good looking place to prospect. Well, these ridges too tells you how high the creek is. Look at all this gravel that's laid down. More stuff sitting on bedrock. Another nice crack. Still seeing the quartz. Not seeing any black slate though. Or evidence of mining. Shut this off. Turn this back on. Oh, here's my first waterfall. This is probably going to be it for me. The hell's that up there? It's like a metal drum. I don't know how the boys are going to get up above. That looks like a metal drum with a square cut in it. Something. We're going to go take a look. See if the boys can portage this waterfall. It's pretty steep. I think they could make it up to there. I'd help them onto that landing. Let's give it a try. Made it up the waterfall. This is always a good place to mine too. All this stuff stuck in here. I don't know if I'd want to be underneath this big chunk of bedrock. Now, look at that quartz vein eroding away. Okay, finding evidence of a mining. Some mining something up here. The hell is that? Now that's good looking stuff. Look at all that quartz and the greenstone. The hell? Here's a nice pool of water. Dig around here. Some layers on that stuff there. That crack. That's their water ditch right there. Why is there squares cut in it though? Yeah, see, this is their old water ditch right here. They fortified that right there. Go, Sam. Come on, Sam. Come on. They cut squares out of this pipe to use for something, building something. Okay, so this probably was the beginning of their water ditch. Usually there's a dam somewhere to get the water going in there. Shut this off. The video, look at all these rocks stacked up here. They were up here on this inside bench. Shit, there's big boulders through here. They were mining out of that red cliff. But look, it's funny, I was just down here and I didn't see this. Looks like there's a pan or a classifier over there on the other side of the creek. So I'll walk over there. Fucking big shitload of boulders through this one section. There's no stuff from being washed down. Find the easiest way down. Oh, I know there's a lot of gold through this area. Look what I just found. Good shape. We're gonna walk up here just for the hell of it. Leave this here. I want to see exactly what they were doing up here. Whew. An old hose. They were mining all these boulders. It's like someone came up here and dug a long time ago. There's Sammy, he's looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? Okay. See that? Ancient deposit all along this side. Shut this off. Do a video. Looks like I just found my first real big piece of mining stuff. Here's a cable. Look at this. This is an old, like a grappling hook they were using to probably pull boulders out of the creek. That thing was lifting boulders and doing something.
Listen up close now to what